I want to welcome the geniuses, the founders, the talent that is the Fat Nasty Podcast. That's Rich and Nate. What's up?
I like that drop. Everybody cut that up and send that to me.
And we literally went from 5,000 to 10,000 followers in like 3 to 4 days, and that was just from being organic and being ourselves.
Yeah, this girl came on there with a long tongue, and
she was talking about how she liked pegging people.
Yeah,
and they was on there saying, "Oh, big man must like to get pegged."
What is pegging?
Oh, when you strap on and you hit a man from the back.
First of all, wait. My man better not ever come to me.
Like, we ain't no yes man. It's like, yo, however I feel, we feel comfortable voicing our opinion, regardless, even if we don't agree. I feel comfortable saying how I feel. And it's like, even if you don't like it or you got something to say, nigga, I'm saying this is how I feel about it.
Many people think that I'm like this super tough person, blah, 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 blah. When the truth of the matter is, I'm just a gentle, delicate flower.
A few moments later.
I mean this shit. I'm not typical. Don't tell me what you typically do for somebody else and then invite me to the same experience and think I'm supposed to go for it. Welcome to another episode of Full Transparency with Donni Wiggins, where I give you a fly on the wall perspective of entrepreneurship and the entrepreneurs who are actually doing the entrepreneuring. And today I have some lovely guests in here with me today. I, in fact, went on their podcast a couple of months ago. These guys showed me so much love and were so generous and chivalrous. I'm just impressed. I had to have them come and spin the block and come sit down on the couch with me on Full Transparency. I want to welcome the geniuses, the founders, the talent that is the Fat Nasty Podcast. That's Rich and Nate. What's up?
I like that drop. Everybody cut that up and send that to me.
We need that. Yeah, Reese, you heard? We need that.
Bring it back. We're going to give them a drop real quick. Listen. If you're looking for content that's inspiring, you're looking for content that's engaging, you're looking for content that's educational, but you want to get it from dope black men who are out here spreading the message of positivity, men who keep themselves together. They're smiling on camera. They're not angry black men. They are over here pumping us up and serving the community. You want to hear from dope men who always fly, who are always generous, who are always chivalrous. They're funny and they smart. Too bad they taken, ladies. They not single, but you can definitely plug in to the Fat Nasty Podcast. Give it over,
Belly
y'all.
Gang Boys.
Okay. It don't get no better than that. It don't get no better than that.
Y'all gonna use that?
Yeah, we might use that. That might be the new
for
drop.
Sure.
For
real.
Real.
That might be the. You know, I used to do radio drops back in the day.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm. I was in
like a jack of all trades on the low.
For sure.
Yeah.
I was a music artist, so we always have to say, little stuff. You are now tuning into.
I can hear you at midnight. Like it's 12 o'clock at night. Do you know where your kids are at?
I don't have the midnight voice. Like, you gotta be like real like this on the midnight voice. I was definitely like, we in the A, baby, and we on Hot 97.5.
Summer Jam tickets and all that.
I was for sure.
So you the like during the day, like in the traffic, when you about to go to sleep, you kept the crowd going.
I'm definitely the more hype. I've always had like a high pitched, low-key squeaky voice, and now as I've gotten older, it's turned into more raspy than anything else. So, you either love my voice or you hate it.
Sports or run track?
I played the most challenging sport on the planet.
Lacrosse?
I was a cheerleader.
The most challenging?
Mm-hmm.
Cheerleader, okay. Why do you?
I was a competition squad. First of all,
competition. No.
So you got to flip and all that.
You show me a sport that you played where you were trusting people with your life to throw you up in the air 6 feet plus and catch you.
Football. Throw the football in the air, you're not looking. A nigga smoke your ass. You better stop playing. You gotta trust somebody with your life when you play running back and wide receiver. You got somebody throwing you the football and you ain't looking. And when you look back around, it's a dude coming full speed.
Grown ass man.
All I'm gonna say is,
but it's not like a nigga throwing you in the air, holding you,
throwing you in the air to spin you around, and you gotta pray that these hands are strong enough to catch you.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Okay.
That's dangerous.
Not only that, you don't get a break. You don't get to sit out on the sideline. You're full cardio the whole game.
Okay.
How do y'all get mentally prepared for that with them throwing y'all in the air, flipping, just like, all right, let's just do it.
You practice, and then some of us are, so. Some of us have gymnastics skills. I didn't really. I went to gymnastics, but I wasn't like a gymnastics girl. But I've always been like a risk taker. So for example,
you can backflip?
Not anymore.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I used to, and
Back
I was
in the
never.
days,
I was
you
never
nice, or you was just like.
I was never the girl who was great at the backflip. On the squad, I was always the girl who I led the cheer. I was the captain most times, and I led the cheers. I probably helped pick the routine and choreograph the routine. I was always the flyer. The flyer is the one that you throw up in the air because I was real skinny.
Right.
And I was always the one you see doing the splits. Yeah.
Okay, so you was the one that ran up, did the splits, but who's the
I was the run. I ran out in the field, do the splits.
Who's the girl on the team that did the backflip?
Let's see. Let me think of who I can remember.
Who's the backflipper?
Let me shout out. I'm gonna shout out my old Westlake High School class of 1996 cheerleading squad. I'm gonna shout out Carla Talley and LaQuanda, aka Shantae White. Okay. They were the flippers on the squad. Those girls,
they kept all the beef going.
They backflipped for their lives. Okay. You hear? They went from one side. They were that one that went from one side of the gym to the other side of the gym, where they end up in front of the other squad and be like, "Bring it."
Yeah. They kept the beef going.
They always keep the game going. You ready to see them flip?
Shout it up.
First of all, and they're fine. Those girls, and they're fine today, right? So, but
sometimes you fall off after high school. You know.
Sometimes you fall off.
You fall off.
Slip up.
You remember that back in the days? I think Maury used to do that. Was it Maury? It was like something on a little talk show. They would bring you back, and he'd be like, dude be like, dude come back through. He probably got his junk together. He probably was gums gagging, green. He probably was butt. They'll bring him on the talk show, and they'll bring the girl. And she be wore down. He be the man now. She be bad. And he been on fell off or something. Yeah, it be both ways.
Homie,
but I done seen it.
Back in high school, you was the man, homie.
How it goes too.
So what about y'all? Did y'all fall off or y'all look the same?
No, I'm still good. I'm still good. I'm good.
Yeah, I ain't fall off. I did gain a little weight. I was skinnier back in high school. I was a little smaller. I had hair too. My hair was longer. So
you had braids?
Yeah, we did. I did too.
Yeah. You had braids?
I should like down to here.
What?
I cut it off. You see, I got the waves, though, so I got good hair.
It's still popping.
And I ain't fall off. I ain't bald head up there.
You still got some hairline. You still got a full hairline.
Yeah, I ain't bald.
Rich, you wearing a hat because your hairline challenged right now?
Yeah, it's a little thin.
I ain't fall off. But you know what though? I was never no hat person or nothing like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So he been a hat person his whole life.
So you're doing it to yourself. Yeah. You're putting traction on your hairline.
It happens,
But now they can take the hairline.
No. See, you playing around. See, y'all.
They take the hairline. Wait, what you about to say? You can take the hairline or what?
I'm not. Hey, yo, word to my mouth. Say, yo, PSA. For dudes that's out there getting a man units, y'all dead wrong. Like, you see that?
Yes.
Like the barbers is gluing. You're not gluing my wig on, G. You're not. When it's over, it's over. I'm just gonna go beard.
That's a fact.
But you're a public figure. You have to be on camera.
Go bald. When it's time for me, when they hang up, I'm ready for that.
No. Okay, so
like when your joint go start doing the Sanford and Son, and you like, got the moon up there. It's time to go bald head, G.
I'm not saying I don't know if so. I'm not. I just feel like okay. I for sure was one of the women that's like, my man bet not ever come to me with no man unit on, right? I just can't imagine it being sexy. Like, imagine y'all working out together and it's at the gym. You like, babe, your lace coming up just a little bit.
Yo, no, imagine y'all living in the same house and you grab the wrong wig, the wrong fitted, because I call them fitted caps for women. Girls that get away with the fitteds. I call them fitted caps for women.
They're fitteds. They are fitteds for sure. But no, so I used to be that way, but then you're thinking about, and I probably still wouldn't want to date a guy who wore man wigs. But crazy. Is it fair for us to have that level of judgment? Like if you're a woman who faithfully wears like the lace front wigs, should you be okay with your guy wearing his little lace front fade?
Technically, you should, but at the end of the day,
I just like saying just because a girl got a BBL, I'm supposed to go get one done.
I mean, but they are getting BBLs.
That's what I'm saying. That's going too far.
The way the men are moving these days is really crazy.
The men are getting the airbrushed abs. They're getting the BBL.
I can't get no abs.
They're getting their airbrush.
The airbrush abs.
So you can actually go and get it's not a tummy tuck, I don't think, for men, but you can get a procedure where they can literally etch your abs in, or you can just lay down and get like airbrush abs. You know how the women get
that's why the belly gang boys is in the building tonight, man.
Belly gang boys in the building.
Love yourself.
Love yourself. Man, you can't. Hey, listen. See, that's what I'm saying. That was gonna be.
We're getting that gym.
You gotta just figure like you gotta let something go.
Yeah.
Like I'm like if it.
But here's what I'm not opposed to.
Let it go. If I'm coming to you and I'm trying to date you, I got the man unit. Like, come on, man. That's
But here's what I'm not opposed to. I think that men should be able to take care of themselves and upkeep themselves. So there is a technique where they can like pull your hair that's growing from like other areas that grow in full, like from the back, and they can take it and implant it along your hairline, and then that comes back like hair.
Procedure.
That's what I thought you were about to get at.
But I'm talking about like I've been seeing dudes like the barber's been going crazy. Like I seen one the other day where he cut bro hair,
slicked it,
picked the hair up off the ground,
and dusted it,
and then dropped some drops, like some glue on the front of his joint, and went back with the clippers and dropped the little hairs that he had just cut off his head.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. They will cut it like off your beard. They'll cut it out your head. And then they put it on like a piece of paper or something. They spray your hair with the glue, and then they dust it.
That was my barber wood, man. I put booze in his chest. I get
the implants they do when they I guess replace the hair. I get that. That's what I thought you was getting.
I think that's okay.
Yeah, that's cool. I see that. Like
I think the little hair implant situation is okay.
But the process is see niggas is seeing it and thinking it's like, oh, I'm about to go get this and you cool. You got to do 6 to 9 months with that joint looking crazy. And it's like the file, like yo, you can't really like.
You gotta wear that rag. You gotta wear like you gotta keep your joint.
Yeah, I think when they put it in your hand.
Thank you, God.
So I'm sitting next to Rich and Nate. They have big, bubbly personality. You can clearly see right now how funny they are and why their podcast is rising rapidly to the top. Like you guys are getting the attention of some really, really dope guests. Let's talk about the Fat Nasty podcast first. Where on earth did the name Fat Nasty come from?
Hey, it's crazy, man. Shout out to my cousin Nate. So Fat Nasty came from me when I was younger. I used to be the biggest kid. Like I think I was like 6 feet at like probably like 11 or 12.
9 years old. Nigga 6 feet at 9.
I was 6 feet. So I used to be getting all the rebounds. They used to be mad at me. Like I used to be scoring on the basketball court. Like, man, this nigga Fat Nasty always, because I was kind of bigger too.
Oh, you were nasty as in good.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So they was just like, this nigga Fat Nasty always be, you know what I'm saying? I was probably like one of the bigger kids. And then I don't think I grew up about 5 more inches. Just stuck at 6'5", but that's where it came from. But we did it with.
Just ran, and it was like, it's catchy. People hear it and be like, Fat Nasty. Like, yo, let's run with that. Like.
And then I always thought it was dope because you know how people be like, when you look at a book might say something until you open it up and then you figure out what's really inside the book. Yeah. So people be like, Fat Nasty podcast, oh, that might be crazy. And then when they open up, they go look
first
at
thing they ask, like, well, what y'all talking about on there?
That's the first thing I asked. So I met y'all at, shout out to my guy, Neo. My brother, Neo Davis. I met you, I think, at his Friendsgiving event.
Dope event. Shout out to Neo.
Yes.
There was a lot of dope people in there.
And they were like, Donni, you know, we love to have you on the podcast. And the first thing I did was like, what y'all be talking about? What are we going to talk about? Because there are so many podcasters right now and just shows and conversations, social media content, and all it focuses on is the separation of black men against black women or men against women, period. And I just don't really want to be a part of those conversations. And when people get me on non-business related podcasts, it always turns into, well, why are you single? Why are you this? Why are you that? Because they want me to say something that's like negative.
Right.
But you're not going to get that reaction out of me. So let's not even do the podcast. What do y'all talk about on Fat Nasty?
Well, we got to, I think we, so like you said, we spin in the block. So we had you on our show. And we have like, so all our conversations come from like just chilling and vibing. Like we was always like kicking it or something. So we'll be just kicking it and we'll just talk about some topics that we don't try to keep up like up to date things. We might go into it.
Stay away from current events because everybody doing that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on current events and
but what's the theme? So like social proof is about entrepreneurship. Full transparency is about some relatability behind the entrepreneurs, like getting to see more of your personality. What's the theme of the Fat Nasty podcast?
I would say it's kind of getting your personality too, because we do a lot of entrepreneurs, artists, celebrities, anybody, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, when these people go on these promo runs and they do these interviews, it gets repetitive. So we give you that chance to come and be yourself, feel human. Like, yo, now you could talk about whatever you really got going on.
That's because y'all be giving them liquor.
Y'all
got me in one clip out here, put me way out.
No, we did. Hey,
that
but
clip.
You know what though? But what's so crazy about that clip, right? People didn't go watch the podcast to see what you really. We got called simps actually about that podcast.
He
had me mad. Some dude called us some simps.
He was mad. He was mad about it.
He dropped a whole little clip. I was telling him.
You said you didn't want to click. You said you're not clicking on it.
Yeah.
He called. They was in the comments going crazy, and it's like, oh, these niggas is simps.
They called us simps.
Why were y'all
because
simps?
they said we didn't put you. They said we didn't put you in your place. We didn't check you
for what you said.
Check me
about the coffee date.
But see,
because they didn't understand what you were saying about the coffee date.
It's still a perspective. It's like if this is how, and if you see what, but then if you watch it too, he say, oh, okay, because it shut him down. Like you watching just the beginning of what she's saying, but then at the end you elaborate more of what you're saying. Like because you watch the full thing, you see what you were saying. Like in the sense of I'm not against the coffee date. It's just don't tell me this is what you always. He like, oh, she's trying to clean it up. They trying to clean it up.
For clarity, if you guys watched the Fat Nasty podcast episode, what episode number is that? Do you know?
204, I think.
Okay, so look up Fat Nasty podcast on YouTube so you have some perspective of what we're talking about. Episode 204. And in that clip, I said, I am not typical.
Right.
I don't want to do your typical coffee date or this date or that date. And it had nothing to do with the date. I was specifically talking about a person, a man, who, when inviting me on a date, he was like, I mean, so what do you want to do for a first date? I typically take women to like coffee. And I was offended by him saying, like, suggesting to me that we do something that he typically do, because I asked him to come up with the idea. And he's like, well, I typically take women, to coffee, so we can do that. Sir, I am so...
He didn't have to say that, though.
You didn't have to... If
he had just, we could do coffee.
If he had just said, let's do coffee, I'd have been like, all right, cool, where?
Right.
Yeah.
But the fact that he said, oh, this is like my copy and paste routine for all the women that I date, now I'm not interested.
Yeah, so we got called simps.
Yeah,
we got called, and I ain't gonna lie, see, he be like, I was damn near like, well, if I'm a simp, when you bump into this simp, just tell me I'm a simp. Yeah. I was on that type of time the other day.
You gotta let them.
He calmed me down.
I'm like, yo, listen, for what we signed up for and what we doing now, I like, that's light. Like, it's only gonna get worse. They're gonna always have something to say. These
Is that y'all's first time being judged?
No, we had, shout out to my homegirl Fancy. We had this girl came on there with a long tongue. And
she was talking about how she liked pegging people.
Yeah.
And they was on there saying, oh, big man must like to get pegged.
What is pegging?
Oh, when you strap on and you hit a man from the back. Yeah. So she was talking about that.
Like, she liked to do that to men.
That's why I say Fat Nasty be a vibe. Now you gotta go watch that one. But that episode did good.
Yeah, Fancy was talking about that's what she liked to do. She liked to peg man.
Yeah.
And they was going on like, oh.
Straight men?
Yeah. She said it's straight because she's doing it to them.
Yeah, and that's what they agree with. So it went crazy. That was another clip that was going crazy. And they in the comments like,
but then we also got stuff like we just
that.
had shout out to my boy Wall Street Trapper where
shout out to Wall Street.
Man, it was like a vibe. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's always, I mean, it's Fat
So y'all be talking about whatever the heck.
We have fun, man.
Yeah,
it's come to have fun. Let your hair down.
There's no script to it, man. It's all organic.
And we're not trying to, and guess
vibes.
what? We're not trying to get into your business. I don't want to know who you got beef with.
Exactly.
I don't want to talk about the latest nigga you shot. I don't want to do that. I just want to come and get a vibe from you and find out why you're this artist, why you're this entrepreneur, why do you do the things that you do? What's fun for you? What do you get a kick out of doing? Like when you came back, you got to let your hair down. You cool. You like, oh, I can vibe.
You ain't want to leave.
Yeah.
I didn't want to leave.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Look, let me tell y'all what I did though. So look, Reese, when I accepted the invitation to come to the podcast, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be on a real tight schedule though. So we got to come get started and I got to be out because I have an event, which is true. I did have an event.
Facts.
But I didn't have to be on time. It was a party. So I didn't have to be on time for the event. But I needed to assess for sure. Because, we need to go ahead. Last question, you guys. Like, that's what I did. But I got there and they were such gentlemen. Y'all were literally such gentlemen.
I appreciate that.
I was like, okay, I can stay. And then y'all had the chef come through.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, that's another thing. We give you the experience, man. Yeah. See, that's what, like, it's so crazy because, like, anybody that's came to our podcast, like, if it's your first podcast, we gonna spoil you because when you go to your next podcast, you're probably gonna get water. You might get water. You might not get nothing.
I feel like you might be throwing shots at me right now. Are you throwing shots at me right now?
It's not you. It's gonna be a lot of more podcasts that you go to. That's not gonna give you.
Because the water in your hand right now.
It's good water though. This is good water.
I gave y'all water.
This is good water.
So I will say, after coming onto you guys' show, so I believe that a lot of people believe that or feel like Social Proof and Earn Your Leisure really set the stage for podcasts in our space, right? But when I came to y'all's show and saw the level of intention, like wanting to know what what I want to drink, not just offering me what you have, and the level of intention of making sure I was comfortable and, you know, leaving with something. Y'all fed me and everything. I said to the team, we got to step it up. We have to step the experience up, because that's one of the most memorable interviews I've ever had. And we were just shooting the stuff. Like we didn't have like a deep conversation like around business where I shine. It was just fun. It was like kicking it with my homies.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I came back and was like, oh, we have to step the experience up. So we got things on order that are coming in.
That's fire. That's
dope.
Yes,
That's dope.
yes,
But guess what? Ain't like you said, like I know you probably go on a million podcasts and they want you to give you a business. I know you probably get tired of talking about that. Like we had Mr. 2 Weeks Out and his wife on there. They was like,
now they really set the stage for you guys.
Took us through the roof. And guess what? Still loyal to us behind our backs.
Okay, wait, slow down. Yeah. Because we got the podcast.
Right.
There are people who have podcasts right now that are struggling to get viewership. Like nobody's listening, nobody's watching. And you guys are building, you're trying to figure it out. And then you have your moment of suddenly. I call it the moment of suddenly, where it's that one thing that happens that literally changes the game for you and your business. Right. Would you say that it was the relationship or the interview with Mr. and Mrs. 2 Weeks Out?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
You want me to jump it on?
Yeah, go ahead.
So that week, I'm telling you, we had 3,000 to 5,000 followers.
Yeah,
we was like staying consistent, just working, and we wasn't getting the numbers like everybody thought that you were supposed to have. And I'm talking about we had to set up how it was supposed to be set up. So for them to come into our studio and we not having a big name, they came into our studio, and this is right before Charlamagne the God did.
Charlamagne did the
Black Podcast Effect.
Yeah,
so
the Black Podcast Effect.
Before them, we had DJ Envy. That probably was our biggest interview that we had.
Yeah, as far as biggest guest, as far as the name or whatnot, we had him.
So, but the biggest show that we had before that, we had the Big Fat Podcast. But you know, we had a big viewing of that on YouTube. But Mr. 2 Weeks Out and his wife came and they just set the tone, and it was crazy because we wasn't talking about financial literacy, and we wasn't talking about working out and none of that.
And they do what they do. So to come and just have an organic and genuine conversation, it took it to that level because they were just being themselves.
Yeah.
And they were kind of cautious. Shout out to Jay. He's like, man, we don't be doing these podcasts. Like, we kind of stay away from them. We did them. But he was like, yo, I done heard about y'all. They came and rocked, and they felt comfortable. So they was chilling. Like, they talking, being themselves. And when you being real, and just you can't deny real.
I mean, every clip we drop, if you go back and look at every clip, we got 1 million views on everything.
I'm looking.
We got one clip that's on Twitter that's probably so big on Twitter because she was saying like, when you come in my gym, if you're a woman, make sure you speak to me. And it just like they took it out of context. Like it's always people taking stuff out of content because she really wasn't saying nothing bad. She was just letting you know like, y'all know who I am. This is my man. Let me, you know what I'm saying?
If you're coming in my gym to work out with my man and you see me there, speak.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Shout out to Mrs. 2 Weeks Out because I'm all the way for it.
The other thing, Jason said some real shit like that. He didn't bite his tongue. He was like, man, what? She done held me down plenty of times. Yeah. So now she don't have to do nothing because it was times where I was fucked up and she came through the clutch. You get what I'm saying? He also went through he said he went through like a time where he watched his best car get taken away. He went from making $25,000 a week to $2,500 a week. You get what I'm saying? So it was just authentic. And then what makes it so more dope? Like we earn like some family off of that because behind our back, Jason talks highly of us. You get what I'm saying? And that's real loyalty.
Yeah.
You can't say that word like he does it like
and he don't have to.
He don't have to do it.
But what do you think y'all did? And I'm asking these questions because our audience are entrepreneurs who are looking to learn something about your journey and implement it. What do you think it was about y'all's interaction that made him ride so hard for y'all?
Yeah, I feel organic and just being us. Like a lot of people, what they doing with these podcasts, seeing that it's popping, they trying to go viral or trying to do something to make it like, okay, we lit, or it's probably like we was just kicking it. Like I said, before we did that, we had like 5,000 followers. It was like 5,500 before we did them. And literally just kicking it, being ourselves, doing what we normally do, is spiral effect. We had 10,000 followers before because we already had planned to go to the podcast effect. We like, yo, we need to go here just to network and building in this space. And we literally went from 5,000 to 10,000 followers in like 3 to 4 days. And that was just from being organic and being ourselves. Right. So I tell people, just whatever you feel like, don't be doing it just because you feel like this the thing to do.
Right.
If you have your podcast and you believe in your craft and what you're doing, just be yourself. It's going to happen.
Find your niche.
Yeah.
You got to find your niche.
And shout out to Shans too, because he gave us that too. That was a jewel he dropped on us. He's like, what separates you from all the other podcasts? Because everybody's doing podcasts. Like, what puts you in your lane of doing
Dave
that?
know how to press the button. I like that.
And it was like that. It's just being us. It's like that question is just self-explanatory. We really just be us. And like people gravitate.
But everybody says that. I just be me. I say it. Like, full transparency has taken off the way that it's taken off because I'm just here being me. You get a different, sometimes softer version of me than you get on the Social Proof podcast. Social Proof podcast is all about business, right? Here, we get to laugh and kick it and have fun conversation that's about your life, about your business, about your journey, about everything. But what really is the thing about y'all that ties the experience up and makes it unique?
He Nate and I'm Rich. We different.
And I think the love shown too. When you feel love and you get like you going into these places and like you said, and you leave with something, it's like you leave with an experience to talk to the next person about it. Like, yo, go check this out. Right. Like, yo, go do that. And we give you clips. It ain't just like, here you go. So it's like,
you know what I think it is?
What is it? Talk to
I think that y'all's unique value is that you have a gift of getting people to share their business without intentionally trying to embarrass them. So you'll go on certain podcasts and they will do their research and they're looking for the drama. Like, I've literally had people like really wanting me to, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Right. And you guys respect, first of all, y'all are Black men out here living in real time, right? You're building from the ground up so people get to see like the struggle part of the journey when you were struggling to get viewership and now they get to see you growing. So that's also a part. But you have good intentions. Like, you want people to come in and feel good and they want to see you again. There's some podcasts out there where their guests probably ready to file a lawsuit after the interview because it got so ugly. Y'all's personality and the way that you make your guests feel comfortable. I felt like I was chilling in y'all's basement with y'all's family because there were other people there. I felt like I'm kicking it in the basement with y'all's family at like a little, what the kids call it, kickback. A kickback. It felt like a kickback. And I think that that's unique. What's your strategy for picking your guests though?
So go ahead.
In the beginning, it was more of just reaching out. Like, I'm just DMing people is like who I feel. Like, I'm on social media. I see people who might be a fit, so I reach out just to see if they'll come on. But then now I feel like, because I don't even really do a lot of reaching out now. A lot of people is DMing, like, wanting to be on. You know what I'm saying? So it's more of, as the we try to, like, because you don't really know a guest either until you actually meet them, but try to go off like, damn, this is a good fit, organic, or your energy or personality. Like, I think they could sit down and kick it. You know what I'm saying? But
and then I like you said, like that's dope too. And not like, I like to give back to our community, like to our guests that started off with us. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, we probably had like subscribers, probably like 1,000 people that really was everyday watchers. So now we giving them people that like, damn, we just had Wall Street Trap, we just had Donni, we don't have David Shands, we don't have different artists in the city. Like, you know, we don't have Schoolie, we don't have Belly Gang. So we reaching back. So it's like,
Hey, are you a service-based entrepreneur that helps your clients or customers get some type of result, but you're struggling to post and communicate your message on social media? You don't know how to type a caption that connects and gets people's attention and converts them from just someone who's following you on social to becoming your customer or your client? Great news is that's my superpower. So I'm sending you 3 text messages every single day, excluding major holidays, directly to your phone of exactly what you need to post to get people to buy and convert them into clients and customers. All you have to do is join my program, Post to Paid, and you can do so by texting the words Post to Paid to 404-737-2767. And the best news is just $37 a month. So hurry up, send me the text. I'm looking for it now.
Dang, man, these dudes giving us all the people that we like. You get what I'm saying? So we get the vibe in every different area. You get what I'm saying? Right now, I can go right now and be on Bankhead and we can be cool. Me and Rich can go on Bankhead and we can interview anybody on Bankhead. But we also can go to the social proof gathering or
the black tie
event, and we can get anybody out of there to make them feel comfortable. We're gonna make them feel like that same person that we had on Bankhead.
And that's your special sauce.
That's our special sauce.
That's it. You're not putting on for anybody.
Nobody.
You just having conversation.
You're having conversation.
And you are who you are, no matter what the setting is.
Right.
Exactly.
So
and
that rails off like anywhere we go, we gonna make our presence felt.
What's been your biggest challenge building your podcast platform?
I would say the independent level of it, like doing it with everything off me and him. Like this, nobody have given us, put no money towards it.
Right.
So like building it up and having to stay consistent with all the stuff that go on behind the scenes, whether it be camera, whether it be the team, whether it be finding a guest. Fortunate we was able to have a guest for every episode. We haven't
congratulations
without a guest.
Yeah.
So, but that be the challenge of just like keeping it and staying strong with it because it get frustrating. Like,
what?
Man, we ain't got somebody
by yourself.
To do the
We don't got we ain't got nobody backing us.
Because every week you got to think we asking what y'all want, what you like. So we got to provide this. You know what I'm saying? Every time we ask, not no. Oh, this week we ain't doing no liquor for nobody. This week we ain't doing no chef. We've already laid the platform, so this has to be done every week. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that would be for me.
Think about that. What we 4 years in? This is about to be our 4th year. Every week we have shot a podcast. Every week we have got our guests, whatever. I don't care if you the newest artist coming up. Every week we have got you a chef. We have got you food. We have every week. So we done been through it all. We done lost cameraman. We done had audio go out of us.
Yeah,
we done did it all. So we built Ford tough, really.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
But I love that about
me too.
it because I feel
it's
like
the grind.
we
respect it more.
Yeah,
we respect it more. So anything that's given to us, even when somebody send me some shirts or something, like I'm gonna wear your stuff.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Because I'm like, damn,
shout out
really,
to Liness too, though. My guys too.
Shout out to who?
To Liness.
Oh yeah, we worked out together this morning. They live in my building. He in fact just brought me some stuff.
Yeah, they stuff fire. And they some real humble dudes
like,
too.
And they ain't humble. Always like, man, listen, man. That makes me feel good. Like you got to keep going. Something's out there. It's gonna be something out there.
Those another two who weren't really fond of they weren't really fond of doing the podcast. They did Big Facts, and then they was kind of straying away. Like even though they had that, and then they was like, yo, but how we made them feel and the feedback they got from Jason. Again, that was another vouch from Jason. Shouted that was talking to them because I guess working out. And he like, man, I've been hearing. He's like, yo, we just gonna come and rock. Yeah. And they came left from, and they was like, man, y'all like,
right.
This it. Like, yo.
So it's be love. So and that's that's always the dope thing about it. Even when you in podcasts, like you gonna go through stuff. I tell everybody that if you can't stay consistent and be able to go through the tough times, this ain't for you. Yeah. Like if you look at and then you like, you know what else motivated me? Shout out to YouTube. Like even when we got into the podcast game, do y'all know YouTube gives the average podcast 10 to 15 episodes? After that, they believe that you're gonna it's over. Yeah. And guess what? Your content runs on their stuff forever, and you done did 10 to 15 episodes that you get what I'm saying? So they don't even believe that people are gonna go more than 10 to 15 episodes. Yeah. So they'll do 205.
Yeah, and steady going. I think a part of what helps us too is being able to how you say, giving back to the community and it's like prior to the podcast world, like, yeah, we in the podcast thing, but it's not, we trying to be podcast. We literally like outside of podcasts, we was really in the community. Like we really was outside and rubbing shoulders, being around. So we was seeing. So now when they seeing us here and we ain't changed up, it's the same thing. So it's not like, we went big on y'all and it's like, we ain't rocking. We still could go like having these guests, like having you and having Shans and all these people with these influencers with names. We still can go get somebody who really feel like, I don't really got that following or nothing, but I would love to come and be on the podcast to talk.
Y'all realize y'all are influencers with names now too, right?
Not yet.
No,
not
you
yet.
are.
I'm still walking through the airport. I'm still
if I'm an influencer, you're an influencer with a name. I walk through the airport myself too.
Yeah, they don't know what. Maybe they don't want to speak.
It's getting there. And you know what? We got to start. Like,
you got to own that.
Yeah, you got to own that because we really, in a sense, we went to the event last night, and when I say even when we be in certain spaces, people really be coming up and being like, yo, I rock with y'all podcast. Oh, Fat Nasty. Oh, and it be like, damn, like, it feel good.
Yeah, I mean, because what's the point of it all? You know what I mean? Like, what was the whole point? First of all, y'all are cousins.
Yeah.
That's huge in and of itself because it's really difficult to have business partnerships with people these days. Y'all are 4 years in to the Fat Nasty podcast, and not only are y'all business partners, but y'all are family.
Right.
So that's risky because if this doesn't work out, Thanksgiving gets real awkward.
Not just that, our daughters.
Yeah,
our daughters are best friends. They like sisters.
So we can't go nowhere without.
So me and Richie might get into it at the podcast, and we don't had that though before. So it's so crazy. We don't had heated arguments.
All of that.
Everybody in the podcast be like, oh yeah, this podcast ain't gonna never work. And then I'm like, yo, you ready to leave? You gotta ride home with me? Like, and niggas be like, hold on, I know y'all niggas about to get in the car together. And we like, and we'll probably ride home in silent. I'll drop him off, or he'll drop me off, and we at it again. Because it's bigger than us, y'all.
Yeah, that's a
and then
fact.
once people feel like I'm trying to leave my family legacy. This is bigger than me. I'm not doing this for me. This is
Have
for
y'all
my
ever
daughter.
quit on each other though?
No.
Nah, hell no.
No.
Never wanted to.
No.
Nah, I can't. That shit ain't even I
Like
can't.
even like he might be like, yo, cuz I might be like, yo, cuz man, I ain't feeling this week. He be like, all right. He give me probably like a couple hours to myself, and then he'll be like, hey bro, you know we shooting tomorrow at what's name? I'm like,
Yeah, word up.
Accountability.
Accountability.
So he didn't hear me
and
nothing. He didn't hear me say that. I was like, all right. And we'll go shoot because it's bigger than us, man. We build it. Like you said, we got a brand now.
And you gotta be able, like, we ain't no yes man. It's like, yo, however I feel, we feel comfortable voicing our opinion. Regardless, even if we don't agree. I feel comfortable saying how I feel. And it's like, even if you don't like it or you got something to say, nigga, I'm saying this is how I feel about it. He said, and we respect each other's opinion. Then however we come together and figure it out, we'll do that. But ain't no feeling away and then you go to yourself or you at home talking. It's like, nah, we gonna address this, me and you. We built this, like, we not about to let that happen. And we family, my nigga, like, what we doing?
Yeah.
Word.
Have y'all identified each other's strengths and weaknesses where it comes to the business? Like, are y'all operating in roles where it's like, you do that well, I do this well,
Oh yeah,
we've
been figured that out.
Okay, what's that? Nate, what's your strengths?
Talking and running down on people.
Wait.
It is like
we're talking about the business here, Nate.
So like you said, so like most of the big guests that we have got, I ran down on them.
Oh, that's what that. Okay, I got to keep up because I know that you used to do security, and so I went a different place.
Hey, look. But listen, I was telling you that's funny because listen, I like I told you, security, man. I had to let that go, man. My life was bigger than that. You get what I'm saying? You be protecting somebody's club. I don't have like times where I was bouncing. I done threw a couple niggas on their head and all that. And then I be out on a date or something, and you see them same niggas, you be like, damn, I got to do the club all over again. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So it's like,
niggas
I'm not about to be
with you, bro.
Yeah, I'm not about to be doing no
crazy.
security.
No, you can't leave it at that. In that experience where you done had to toss some people upside down or out, if you see them again, has it ever gotten like
tricky? I'm about to go there again. Like, I'm like, damn, I'm on my date and shit. Like, hold up, man. Back up. And it's like,
yo, man, I was just working.
I was just working.
It was
y'all
my
was
job.
wilding.
Yeah, y'all was wilding. But they be like, niggas, you know, as a man, who want to let
But
another
y'all
big ass
niggas
man
get
dump?
real aggressive though. Security niggas will try you.
Yeah,
in the
they
club.
do.
No,
But I was always a cool nigga, man, because I always thought security as getting some money, just a hustle. So I always figured it out. Like, man, I'm gonna be at the front door. Little young niggas might come through with no ID, no nothing. What's up? 100, dog, 50. Make you some money. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time for all that. So what I really loved about Atlanta too is a lot of times Atlanta be having good parties. You don't really see too many fights and parties down here. You get what I'm saying? Niggas, but you do now.
I was going to say.
Yeah, because I done did, like I said, I done did the 5.
I done seen some stuff.
I done did some dope parties, though. Like, I done did some swinger parties.
You did security in Atlanta?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So I done
Swinger parties?
Yeah, like.
Let me ask you this.
595 North.
Yeah, 595 North. Woo.
That's a place. That's an event place, isn't it?
Right. So they
is it that kind of event place?
They rent the space out.
I know that space.
So listen. This one night it's a big event. Like, it's all these big entrepreneurs that's black and stuff.
I know some of them.
I don't know, but you know what I'm saying?
Do I know any of this?
I plead the fifth.
What year was this? What year was
this? What I was doing
This had to be like,
what this is like?
The 595.
What
this
was?
Mechanicsville days. This had to be like 2010, 11.
Nah. This is probably like 13, 14.
13, 14?
Yep.
Huh.
Maybe.
So these people
people
coming from all over. So it's like a planned weekend now.
Mm-hmm. It's a planned weekend.
A planned week.
Some of our Favorite entrepreneurs today.
Yeah.
Okay, keep talking.
So listen. So they run the swinger party. So I'm thinking they bullshit, right? You like, but the dude hired me like, yeah, it's a swinger event. I'm like, all right. So it's like 5 buses pull up.
Not buses.
Yeah, so because they got shuttle buses and all that because it's supposed to be like some secret society stuff. Like people not supposed to really know about it. Cause like if you don't have your pass for the weekend, you wasn't supposed to get in the club. So we were just supposed to be the people that was supposed to like let them in the club, but they already had paid and everything. Mm-hmm. So it's like 5-6 buses pull up. So y'all know women really take stuff serious. So y'all women coming in lingerie, like really naked. I'm like,
they're in character, baby.
Like,
they're
really
in character.
Down. Like the dudes pulling up in pajamas, hooping shorts and flip flops, stuff like that. But the women are really in character, like really. Yeah. I'm like, oh, this is really that type of time. Yeah, so the party going on. So you got all these people coming. So we sitting there, we chilling. So it's my turn to do the club.
It was your turn to do security, to do swinging?
No.
You a swinger too?
No, I'm not swinging. It's my turn to go in the building to do a sweep, like to look and see what's going on, like make sure ain't nobody fighting and all that. So I'm walking through the and they in there like in little sections of the club, like getting it on. Cause they don't turn this club into like a big. It's like beds in there. It's like 595 is big. It got an upstairs in it, so it's like really like real nice. And they in there getting it in. Like I'm watching niggas run trains on girls all type. I'm like, yo, the AB, wow. Yeah, it was a crazy party.
Atlanta
I'm like,
is a place. Atlanta.
I'm like, wow.
But you watched though.
Yeah, I'm doing security. I came through with my flashlight.
I'm just making sure everybody's straight.
Make sure everything's good, man. That's what y'all got going on. Right, you know what I'm saying?
Now let me ask you this: when you were doing security and you were privy to this kind of information, how do you keep people's secrets?
I mean, that ain't my business. I ain't never been one of them people, man, to tell people business, man.
So we can never expect a tell-all expose from you in the future.
Never. Hell no. I grew up with you on Chatty Patty where I'm from. We from New York. It's called Chatty Patty. You don't do that. So like I ain't in nobody's business. Whatever you got going on, that's your business. If that's what you like, float whatever floats your boat. Mm-hmm. I'm not in that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said that's our podcast. So like I know we don't have people on our podcast that have real life things going on. That ain't my business, man. I don't want you to be on here.
And it's been times we made them feel so comfortable after we cut off the cameras and sit on that couch and chill. We done heard stories,
and I'll never go back and tell nobody those stories. That's between
us. They really felt comfortable. Like I know, so like damn, word. Yeah. Like wow, okay.
Integrity. Yeah. That's one of your unique proposition factors.
And shout out to our mamas who built like that.
And what's else so dope? We don't have people call us and be like, "Hey, bro, that little part on the show."
Take that out.
Take that out. Oh,
no problem. Have no problem. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Snipped out.
I wish I would have taken out the coffee date statement.
What? That's good. That's
no, it was good. I mean, I stand on everything I say.
So the last time we was here with you, the thing that was so dope, like you talked about the dating site, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like,
wait, what did I say about the dating site?
Like, people do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the dating.
Because I'm on a dating site. What do you mean?
Remember we was talking about the dating site, right? So we was talking about the profiles.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so like even like, you know what I'm saying? Like the profiling thing, like if I'm on a dating site and I'm opening up to people and it's like you in your own world, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like why would somebody feel like, well, like that's what you like to do. Mm-hmm. Other people get.
You said it like being on Bumble is like some freaky deaky 595 North Swingers Club.
Y'all probably do.
No.
You're probably not one, you know?
What does your
profile say on Bumble?
You want to see it? You want to see what my Bumble profile says?
Yeah,
you think I'm scared? First of all, don't judge me because it might be old.
Yeah, don't edit
I'm not editing. I'm just opening it up. I'm waiting for it to open.
Let it load.
I'm letting it load. I don't know what my... Oh, he was fine.
Look.
How do I even get to my...
We got you a swipe, my boy. We don't know who you is, but we got you a swipe. We got you a swipe.
What does it say?
Okay.
Uh-oh. Richie get to read the profile.
Donni. You want me? I can say your age on
Yeah.
Here. Okay, Donni, 45, peeking my head into the digital dating space. This is not, come on, see, you're not really letting nobody, oh, okay, no, my basics, so okay. All right, peeking my head into the digital dating space to see who's in here. Hey, my basics, 5'7", active, Capricorn, socially, what's this, never smoke?
Never smoked. Socially,
smoked.
have a drink.
Okay, socially drinker, never smoked, a woman, relationship, and Christian. Okay, but then, 2 truths and a lie. I'm shy. I love chocolate cake. I speak 3 languages.
Okay, which one is the lie? It says there's 3 options. 2 of them are true. 1 of them is a lie. I'm shy. I love chocolate cake, and I speak 3 languages. Which is the lie? What's the lie?
The lie.
You speak 3 languages?
What's the lie?
Yeah, because I don't get shy, and I know you love chocolate cake. I speak 3 languages.
That's the lie?
Yeah.
But you didn't get shy?
No.
Nah, hell no.
No, not shy.
So then wouldn't that be the lie if you don't get that I'm shy?
Oh, yeah, that would be the lie.
But it's the truth, though.
What is it? So which one is the truth?
I speak the lie is I speak 3 languages.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what, because I'm like, yo, I don't get shy, but I know you said that.
I am
I'm
so shy.
Yeah,
You're not.
I'm not shy in settings like this. I'm not shy when I am working, but like on dates and stuff, I'm shy.
And why is that?
Because it's weird. It's that I don't know. It's just I'm shy. So people think. Let me see my Tinder profile. People think that
Oh, so you got a whole bunch of little profiles out here in the world,
I got Tinder and Bumble. This just reminded me that I need to get in there and start swiping because I be forgetting. This is like people watching for me. But I'm shy, and the thing is, people think that certain types of people have it all figured out. They have it all together. Many people think that I'm like this super tough person. Blah, 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 blah. When the truth of the matter is, I'm just a gentle, delicate flower.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I am, for real. No, but I be wanting, like, it's like, I don't know, you be wanting to make a good impression and stuff, so I be shy, and I just be sitting there like,
Well, they ain't let you make the good impression right now. They on you right now with your coffee. They
are on me right
but
now.
guess what, though? But your other one did pretty good. I think it did like 500,000. What's the name?
That's the one I sent you. Yeah,
that's the one that did the best,
yeah.
which is bringing me to why...
And it was like, and we didn't even collab on that one. That's what's crazy.
We didn't collab on it, but it's also bringing me to why I'm not a pinned post. What are we doing here? I'm not. Why am I? First of all, okay, so all right. I understand that y'all have DJ Envy here because he's DJ Envy.
Right.
But there was no engagement here.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
It
was. What's the point of it all?
No, and you know what? To be honest, when we did pin that, it was for purposes of like when we go into, because we had him a minute ago. This was before
that was Brandon.
This was before we were still under 10,000. So when we had him,
let me give y'all a little play real quick. So you want to showcase as much as your best talent as possible. So when you're posting, when you can tag, I'm sorry, you can pin 3 posts here and then 3 different posts here.
Let's say follow back.
Oh, crazy. Look at that.
Because I follow your actual personal page.
You click on your feet.
No, that's the whole point.
For transparency.
Do you follow? Let me see your phone real quick. Go to your Instagram.
Okay. Just pull up the Instagram.
Pull up the Insta.
Pull up your Insta.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Well, you up?
Nope. Go to full transparency.
Okay, full transparency.
Let me see. Yeah.
Hold on, let's see if the podcast.
You're following my personal page.
Okay. I've tagged y'all too and didn't follow. That's crazy.
Thank you so much. So anyway, back to this.
Click on your feet though, see?
So you can pin on all 3 different, or you can pin.
Yeah, so on your page, the posts that are pinned should be different.
Right.
So you should have when people land on your page and they find you from a reel, it's automatically going to take them to the reel section of your page. So you want 3 of your dopest episodes here, but then the next category of dopest, go ahead and just put here so you have a variety of pin posts on your page. Does that make sense? Don't make them the same.
Same ones. Okay.
Yeah, don't make them the same. So like if you look at my Instagram page, this is my personal page, but if you look at it, like my 3 pin posts are showing like my personality. This is business. This is me having fun at a concert with my family. This is when I bought my mom a condo. That's going to be the pin post here. But then when you come here, That's drafts. But when you come here, it's me getting my daughter her condo. It's a podcast episode, and it's me in interview mode. So you get to see the best of both worlds. Here, you kind of see me in personal life, and over here, you see me in business life.
Okay.
So
You
you want to do that
every day, nothing wrong with that. That's dope.
Yeah, but my question is, y'all remember them Clubhouse days?
Yeah.
My question is, why is my episode not pinned? Why is that one clip with over 500,000 views not pinned? I mean, shout out to DJ Envy, okay? Shout out to DJ Envy. I know he's important.
Go ahead.
But his episode got 13,000 views.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So when
And it's pinned.
how he got pinned was because when we was
building
like
our
marketing
brand?
and going and getting guests and like, okay, go to the page and they check
But
the
you
page.
gotta keep up.
A lot of people, they see DJ Envy and automatically was like, oh, Envy was on it?
Or
And he
when,
also did the same thing like Jason did. Like, so when you got people that's like in the radio industry and they see DJ Envy, they call DJ Envy and ask him about the show, and he.
So I think that's great, and I think that there's value to pin it. But that's when I would take advantage of like pinning him on the main page like this, but put your most engaged episodes here.
Okay.
Right. So it could be the girl with the tongue. She probably got millions of views.
Oh, yeah.
It could be that. It could be Jason. And I don't know who is this?
Big Bang.
That's Big Bang.
Shout out to
Okay.
Big Facts. My boy
All right,
Big
cool.
Bang Black.
So all of these, and then kind of play with them and switch them around because you're keeping the same ones there. You can put Wall Street Trapper up there and you know all that stuff, but
You
showing.
want to go up there, Donni?
So here's the thing, though. When I land on your page, all I see is these interviews with men. So if your audience or if your intent is also to get like a female audience or a male audience who wants to see women or a female group of people who want to be interviewed, as soon as I just see all these guys and I'm seeing all the same clips over and over. The other thing, and I'm not like trying to coach y'all on here, but just one thing since we're here, it doesn't look like you're reposting old episodes. So if you want to bring energy and more attention to the old episodes, like go back to some of those old ones that should have had more sauce, but y'all didn't have the following at that time, or ones that were about to cross over to something, and put them here. But when you're sharing the episodes on your story like this, you should have the link. Even if it's a repost, always just drop the link to this episode so people can go straight to it.
Okay.
And that's what's going to blow the YouTube up.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even with like when you ask us that question, our business, that's my niche right there. Like, I get into the social media, behind the scenes, things like that.
Right.
So yeah, I'm a tap into that today.
Yeah.
And I do most of like if you notice like the interviews, like my kickoff is the conversations a lot, mostly on the interviews. Like if you watch all our podcasts, I kick the interviews off a lot. Because I like messing with people a little bit. So like for instance, like when we ask people are they petty, and then we jump out of pettiness and then we go to your mental state.
Are you petty?
Damn, am I petty? Nah, I don't think I'm petty. I ain't petty.
Everybody
The guy who was running through the swingers community with the flashlight,
that wouldn't
not
be
petty?
Petty would have been pulling my phone out like, yo, do you see your favorite actress do it? Or your favorite entrepreneur? That would have been petty.
No, that would have been.
and it's a lot of
That would have been
y'all
worth
know.
an
You know what I'm
ass.
saying?
This is what
So
that would have
what
been.
I'm saying. That would have I could have been on TMZ a long time ago, but I'm a real dude.
Rich, are you petty?
Nah.
You for sure give petty energy.
Damn, petty. What?
I know that you got a little petty bone.
Everybody got a little petty in them, but it's not intentional petty. You know,
Now, I know that you could start, like, you have a way that you talk that would be like, play with me if you want to.
I used to be petty. I did used to be petty.
but I don't think that's
Yeah, I
petty.
used
Play
to
with
be
me if
petty.
you want to. That's just like, yo, don't.
I used to be on my
Don't do
YTB
that.
fat. Like get back him up. I used to be like that.
I can't.
I used to,
Okay,
yeah.
wait, Nate, you don't have social media.
Nah, no.
So talk to me about building a platform that relies on social media to
Talk
grow,
to 'em. Yeah, talk
but
to
you
'em.
don't have social media.
Talk to 'em.
Look what we did without me not having social media. We
Well-
built a I'm just saying. I mean, I'm gonna give you my side.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I just feel like we built a platform. I'm on my Jay-Z thing right now. You know what I'm saying?
Jay-Z got one.
It's short. I mean, he don't. Come on, man. Jay-Z and Beyonce don't post on their feed. But I was never into it. So that's the one thing. Like even when I was in college, I never had a Facebook, anything. You know what I'm saying? So I just never got into it really.
Who you hiding from?
Nobody. I got a wife. What am I hiding from?
He hiding from some of them people he done tossed upside down.
Oh, this where he been all these years.
I've been listening to this podcast.
That's this.
I'm about to bump into him. That was a nigga. I just never really got into it. And then when I was in college, when it was really going, people used to do it was for weird things. You get what I'm saying? Ask him. We was like the locks. He wasn't on social media either. We was real locked. It was me, him. We wasn't jacking Facebook, none of that. Because I felt like people used to use Facebook just to get girls, like in college. Yeah.
Okay.
Like all my homeboys that play football with me, like any girl that enrolled, they like, oh, you see who coming to school next week, right? I'm like, oh, y'all on that already? And I'm like, nah, that junk just wasn't me. Just like I wasn't like growing up, I didn't believe in like sororities and fraternities. And there's nothing against that. It's just like where I'm from, it wasn't dope. So when I got to college and I seen people doing it, I'm like, damn, this is crazy and it's a dope culture, but I ain't into it. You get what I'm saying? And to other people, it's like, it's their life. You get what I'm saying? And there's no knock on that. You get what I'm saying? So I just never really got it. He know I never got into social media. I used to get mad about it. You get what I'm saying? And it's just like, I just never got into it. And you get what I'm saying? So like.
So what's the strategy for building and growth?
More engagement.
Yeah.
For sure. That's why the social media, I don't love it because I try not to fall victim to like getting into the social media world where people live through that. But I understand it. I see how useful it can be. You know what I'm saying? So I try to be as active as possible with it because I'm still like somewhat
learning
against it. Yeah, social media, because it can have you sometimes scroll like, bro, what am I doing on this? Yeah,
like the other day, like he stopped me because when I read that YouTube, what's the name, and I got called a simp, I went back to Big Nate mode. Man, when I see Buddy, I'm going to bump into him. And see if I'm a simp. You get what I'm saying? So he like, cuz, you can't do that, cuz. Yeah. So just imagine if I was on social media reading all them comments. I would want to bump it. And you know what? It's crazy. Shout out to one of our guys that came on the joint, Rico. When Rico came on the show, he was like, man, just being in the industry, like on a social media platform, people be saying stuff to you that you go look at them and be like, this bum ass nigga talking shit to me, like nigga, you ain't even got nothing going on.
Have none on
you know what I'm
saying?
saying? You're a cornball. So it's just like. So like it took one of my homeboys from New York to send me the clip that we was talking about. Yeah. He sent me that clip. He like, man, he must have known, man. He was more better than me. He was like, he must have known, man. We some real niggas. We grew up. I was like, man, I was like, I got it. So he kind of rubbed off on me, and then I called him. I'm like, man. I was like, look at this. And then, all our team like, oh, man, that's dope. That's good.
Because he still tagged us. Because a nigga people will post your clip or remix it and don't tag it or do nothing.
Take your watermark off of it?
But he tagged us and everything. He just shared his opinion. Right. And I just looked at I even commented, like, yo, keep doing your thing, brother. Like,
after he called y'all simps?
Like, bro, I don't care about none of that. Because at the end of the day, these niggas don't know us. And you couldn't walk a mile in our, like, if you really was come and be around us in our real life, bro, it's like.
But Nate, did that keep you up for a minute? Like, I ain't gonna be able to let this go.
I was. I texted him in the
when
group
he stopped texting me, I was like, yeah, he tight.
Yeah, I was tight. I really was tight because I know I ain't no simp.
I said, I know we.
And I was like, even when like one time somebody sent us a joint, like they just screenshot it, and they was like, oh yeah, the big nigga probably ain't never had. Nigga, I've been a man with girls my whole life. Like, and I ain't never had to do no designer, none of that. I was the man. So like we talk about, so I was almost dealing with like, man, what? I ain't never had no girls. Boy, I'm like, man, find this nigga page, man. I gotta see who this nigga is. You know
them niggas just be talking. It's like, bro, them niggas like, don't be about nothing. It's like, we see them. We might even actually. I doubt we ever see him, but if we was, I guarantee he might even be a fan. Like, oh, what's up? That'd be like, oh, you was this, like, come on, man. Like, I don't be.
Are you finding that some of the comments and the audience feedback is one of the hardest things that you deal with building a podcast, or would you say that there's other challenges?
I don't get into it all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? It'd be just like little stuff. We 205 episodes, and I could probably tap on my hands how many times we really. A comment really just what's the name y'all, but the simp thing, hell no, I ain't no simp. That's
where you draw the line.
Yeah, it's like
never mind them saying you don't get girls.
That was kind of messing with me too, because I'm pretty fly for a fat guy. So you know what I'm saying. Don't be doing me like that. You know what I'm saying. I think I'm handsome. So but like
they calling me handsome.
You know what I'm saying. So in his mind, he might, I might have took one of his girls back in the days, and he might like still be holding that, But I don't even know.
Y'all niggas kind of looked alike.
We did, huh?
He was big black. I don't know if he was a tall nigga, but he was a little husky black nigga. He probably felt the way like, hold on, man, this nigga still got his full set of hair. Or like I think he had the hat on.
Then I think that what he called me, Biggie or something. Didn't he call me Biggie?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But shout out to him, man. Keep doing your thing, bro. Have your opinion. Niggas ain't. I understand how it go. Like I ain't tripping off none of that with me.
Yeah.
So I get it, but that's how we like yin and yang. Like he'll say, but he is able to express that, and I'm just like, yo, cuz that shit.
But I ain't going to what's name and do it. You know what I'm saying? Like some niggas be fired back on Instagram. Like
I used to get in them comments. I mean, I would literally reserve some time to go and like I would make time. Like, I got time. I'm gonna make time. In fact, I'm gonna make time. I used to.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't read the coffee day then, because you'd have been going probably crazy then.
No, not anymore. So I don't really go crazy on the comments anymore because I've learned over the last 4 years of podcasting that we intentionally pick the juiciest clips and pull them out so that they get higher engagement. Mm-hmm. And sometimes when you take these short clips, they're completely out of context. Sometimes they can be out of context. Like you need to see the 10 minutes around that conversation, but we can't post that on social. So I understand that there are going to just be some people who want to leave a negative comment. There's going to be some people who are commenting that never even watched the clip. There are going to be some people who comment that never watched the episode. And so when you realize that at the end of the day, I have a platform. Right. And I have too much to lose at this point. Right. So I don't really, like we had a clip that at this point has like more than 30 million views, right? And my team was like, well, it wasn't for the right thing. It was a skit. My team was like, you want to cut your comments off? And I'm like, no, let people talk. Because you can't run from the scrutiny of public opinion when you decide to be a public figure.
What was the clip about?
Me and David, my friend Ernestine, and...
I seen that when y'all was at dinner?
Yeah, my friends, Nikki. Hey, CEO, Donni Wiggins here, and I am so excited to announce my new mentorship group is dropping. You may have already heard about it, but I wanted you to hear it from the horse's mouth directly from me. My new mentorship group, Actionable CEO, for entrepreneurs who are interested in professional growth, personal growth, and financial growth. You want to learn from me. Y'all have been asking for this for the last 3 years, and I have finally brought Actionable CEO back to serve you every single week. Direct mentorship from me. You will also hear from other people who are in my community that I believe will be greatly impactful to you. You're going to get behind the scenes. We're going to be spending some time together live. This is not pre-recorded. This is live mentorship. So if you are an entrepreneur and you want to be connected, feel connected, you want to elevate your brand, you want to elevate your life, you want to elevate your level of success, Actionable CEO is for you. ActionableCEO.com. See you there. And my best friend Bree, my cousin Candace, and David's wife Andrea. We were at my birthday dinner and we did a skit about who should pay the bill. And it was really based on a real life scenario, right? It was literally happening in real time.
It's crazy because before y'all did it, I seen a girl get mad at her boyfriend for not doing it. Like
for not paying the bill for her dinner party.
And her friends. Yeah, her dinner party. He like, nah. You my girl, it's your birthday. I'm going to take you up.
Well, the thing is, we knew that the clip would go viral. But when we did it, we thought that David was going to be the one being attacked, right? We didn't realize it was going to be us. Yeah, it was a low-key little backfire, but it was so much fun because we got to see, I'm not afraid of being judged, right? I'm a coach for a living, so I do a lot of judging. So I can't be without judgment myself. However, they didn't get the context. What they didn't get was the conversation. And I'm so glad that at that time I filmed why we were doing the skit. But my birthday comes, David always does something nice for me for my birthday as I do for his birthday, right? And so he's planning this birthday dinner for me, and it's just supposed to be me, him, and Ernestine. I didn't know that.
Right.
And I've got all these different groups of friends, and they're all calling like, hey, what you doing for your birthday? I'm like, I know they're doing something. Hit Ernestine and be a part, like, you know, because they don't have each other's phone number. So I don't want anybody to feel left out. Right. So then David and Ernestine called me the day of my birthday, and they're like, so the funny thing is, it was just going to be the three of us. And you have gone and invited all your friends. And Dave's like, I was paying for, you know, the three of us. Am I supposed to pay for your friends? like for everybody else, your family and your friends who are coming. And I was like, absolutely not.
Right.
And he's like, but I just kind of feel a way if I invite people to your birthday dinner and I'm not paying for it. And I'm like, Dave, it's not your responsibility to pay for the guests that I invited. He's like, but technically I'm going to be inviting them or whatever. And I'm like, when you have a birthday dinner at a restaurant, just in the circle that I hang in, you're not expecting that somebody is paying for your birthday dinner at a restaurant. That's very different than if you're going to a birthday event and it's catered, right? Those are two totally different things people expect. So we decided like, oh, we should do a skit around this because it happens so much. Like David literally clammed up like, you invited, 6 extra people. Do I have to pay for everybody? And I'm telling him no, but he's afraid to look like a simp in front of these women. And so everybody who saw the clip thought that his wife, Dre, was my friend and she brought her husband along to pay the bill, not realizing that David is my best friend and he actually invited his wife and everybody else, but he ended up paying the bill.
Right. Because he didn't care, but it was just like.
Shout out to Dave.
And like I said, so like we got bashed for because they felt like we didn't put you in your place. Like, but how are we gonna put you in your place about how you feel about somebody asking you to go on a coffee date? They took it out of context because, like you said, they didn't look around the whole 10 minutes of the conversation,
right?
And they didn't hear what you said. Like, if he would have called and said, "Yo, what's up, man? I'm gonna take you on this coffee date," it would have been like, "What cool. time? When we
Which
going?"
one?
But if I call you and say, "Yo, I usually take all my joints to Magic, so what we doing?"
Yeah,
you're gonna be like, "Shit, I ain't all your joints.
I'm not all your girls." Like, don't tell me what you're typically doing. But here's the thing: the majority of people who leave negative comments, they're going to leave a negative comment if you're doing something good or if you're doing something bad. It doesn't matter. People they enjoy being judgmental. They enjoy judging people that are doing what they wish they could be doing. And they enjoy being negative. That's the majority of people. That's why things like the 1% exist. And that's why so many people were offended when I said I'm a 1%er.
Right.
Because there aren't as many 1%ers, obviously, as 99%ers, and people's thought process can sometimes be so skewed or so shallow that they would think that 1% just means money. Right. 1% is really a mindset. And many people have very similar results to everybody else because everybody's thinking like a group of sheep. People are afraid to say something different because they don't want to be judged. Somebody got to stand up and be like, I'm going to take one for the team. I mean this shit. I'm not typical. Don't tell me what you typically do for somebody else and then invite me to the same experience and think I'm supposed to go for it. Why do we want black women to settle for the bottom of the barrel all the time? Because you cannot walk to many. A woman couldn't come to you and be like, well, I typically get bread from every dude I deal with. So what you doing?
That made me feel like a simp.
They could not say that to you.
You gotta be fucked up.
Right.
Sorry, excuse my
language.
So
why can't I say it's not appealing for you to invite me to the copy and paste dating method that you give everybody else? You can do it. You can do it. I just don't need to know that you did that for the last 10 women. Don't tell me that. Now I don't want to go.
Right.
Yeah. And it wasn't
like
I guess because we seen that, we understood, and that's what it was like, yo, I get that. Like, it was nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah.
Right. So like the other day, so my wife texted me the other day, she like, are you scared of me? So I typically go into scared of you? Woman, you crazy. I ain't text her back, but I'm just riding. I'm like, she's like, I'm scared of her. So she ended up getting in the car and she like, babe, this is the clip I was talking about. So it was a dude and he was saying like, your woman should make you scared sometimes. But he really should have said your woman should make you motivated. And I told him like, so once I listened to the clip and he was like, yeah, that woman that you should have should always feel like a new job. Like it should feel like she making you get up to be better, your better self, making you pushing your buttons to make you strive for higher things for y'all. And I was like, hell yeah, you do that. Every day I wake up, I want to make things better for me and you. I want to give you, I want to put a smile on your face. I want to give you stuff that you never had, and it's coming from me. So yeah, you scared me in that way. You get what I'm saying?
But the positive thing about that is that you were open to even hearing what that means.
You get what I'm saying? But looking as a text message, it would have blew it out of content. But like for me to get with her and then she to tell me and then she to show me, I was like, oh, no doubt. Of course.
Yeah. Even though I don't know if scared is the right terminology.
That's what I said. He said it like that. I would have said, that's what I said. I would have said, does your woman motivate you?
Yeah.
And anybody that you're in a relationship with, because I don't want to say your partner, but if you're in a relationship with somebody and y'all made a vow to be with each other through thick and thin, of course you're gonna motivate. If she doesn't motivate you, then y'all need to move out the house. You know what I'm saying? She should always, both of y'all should push each other to higher, you know what I'm saying, stratoforms to do doper things, to do doper things together. You get what I'm saying? If not, then y'all bushing, y'all gonna get bored and that shit gonna end.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It should be spontaneous things that y'all do. It should be things that wake you up. You be like, you know what? I'm about to do something different because I got to do some shit to take this shit above and beyond. You gotta do that. You get what I'm saying? So if you
talk about
and most of the time, if your woman look at you and she see you go above and beyond, she'll work through some shit with you. She'll go through some tough times and she'll go through some difficult times with you because life ain't easy for everybody.
Yeah.
So people need to stop thinking that. Everybody think, oh yeah, that nigga a millionaire. Is
social
good.
media,
Man,
bro.
Hell no.
Social media.
This shit is real. When
And
you
that's
wake up,
also why I stopped snapping back at people in the comments, because in full transparency, you have to sometimes realize that people are where they are. And there are some people who are dealing with such traumatic experiences, and they're dealing with a heavy weight, heavy burdens all the time, and them finding someone to speak negatively to on social media, that's their outlet. That might be the one thing, like seeing somebody else to attack to save them from feeling attacked every day. Like, you got to think about it. There are people who go home to a family, but they're still single and they're still lonely. Don't let that go over your head. There are people who are going home to a spouse and they still feel single. There are people who are going home to a household, a family of individuals, and they still feel lonely and unloved. There are people who live with their families and they haven't been celebrated in years. They hadn't been told that they were powerful, that they were strong. They hadn't been told that they're admired or you motivate me. Like, they barely get an authentic I love you. Right. So when I started to understand that, I realized, you know what? These people's judgment isn't necessarily coming from a place of critical critique. It's coming from a place of, I get to unleash finally on somebody else.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of it be. Because then they don't know you, don't have to see you. It's like, okay, I get on this platform, lash out, and let that just be that.
And let that be that. Yeah. That's why soap operas are so powerful. Soap operas have been around since I can remember, and they're so powerful because it gives you a place, and even like the TV series, the Powers and the Canaans and all that stuff is so powerful because it gives you a bit of relief to become obsessed with somebody else's traumatic lifestyles, right? And it makes you feel like, okay, it's not over for you. So
that's crazy. So I just said that the other day. I was in New York and I was with my mom. I'm like, damn, soap opera still come on. It's the same people.
And the same people. I think that's worth. I think for real, like with my clients, I'm always encouraging them to do market research on the larger companies like the Fortune 5s and some of the more the legendary brands that did things first. Like, look at them and study their model. I think there is a case study to be done on soap operas and how you can. I remember being a little girl sitting on the floor of the sofa with my great aunt, who was like my grandmother, combing my hair after washing it, and we're sitting there watching The Stories, which is a soap opera. And I see the same Young and the Restless, Days of Our Lives, Bold and the Beautiful. I see the same set of stars. Victor Newman been Victoring
forever.
My whole life.
He the same. That nigga ain't changed. He got the same face.
But why? We need to study that. Like, because here's the thing. It's obsessive TV.
I'm talking about never took it off.
Never took it off.
I done seen Martin Lee, The Friends. I done seen all that.
But even they're surviving in syndication. You know what I mean? So it's like, or not in syndication, but when they play the reruns, even they're surviving. Why are people, Martin was out when I was in high school. Why are people my daughter's age still laughing at the same Martin jokes? Like, if we're serious about being podcasters and wanting to have a brand that lives forever, we need to be studying the Victor Newmans and the Young and the Restless that he was in, and what they implemented, how they're strategically writing these scripts and having these conversations and introducing world events to the audience. What did they do to build, like, what did Martin do to build a community that's kind of different than the Jamie Foxx community? Because you hear people keep talking about the Martin show, but you don't really get a lot of people talking about the Jamie Foxx show. I don't know if you can even still watch the Jamie Foxx show, but you can still.
Was good.
It was amazing, right?
But
it's different. What are they doing to build these cult-like followings where people are still demanding to see it and to repost it, and it's still relevant? We are in the entertainment space. We are on a network, right? We're our own networks. And those are the things, like, That's kind of where my brain goes. I start studying that stuff.
Right.
No, that's
real.
fire. That's damn.
Because
that
that knocks on like white people be like, what I gotta do to do podcasting? Like when we was talking to Wall Street Travel, what he said. If I walk in, man, y'all got 3 cell phones set up and all that. Man, maybe I ain't the first guest that y'all need to have. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? And that's real spit. It's like it comes a time where you're gonna build your stuff up in certain spaces. You're gonna get certain people that's gonna come and they're gonna respect your craft.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because we always wasn't in studios with 5 cameras and all that. I remember we used to have 1 camera in the apartment and we was just shooting. You know what I'm saying?
In the spot,
but that's the thing, y'all started.
So then once you learn it, we don't went from the dude standing behind the camera, following everybody like this, and then we don't went to having 5 or 6 cameras where somebody just hit the button and you just switching the screens.
Yeah, you went from DIY.
You have to, but you have to elevate though. If you don't, when you bring your guests to your show, they're gonna be like, oh, they ain't taking this shit serious.
You gotta believe it and surround yourself around people who believe in it as well.
It ain't gonna give you, be able to take we on full transparency. The stuff that you just gave us, that's gonna help us build our brand. So we had to take that, we gotta take
full stride.
Gotta take it and keep going. You get what I'm saying? Because some people could have been just like even with the hot seat that Dave got. It's dope because, and people look at it as it's being negative, but the dopest thing about it is he's giving you the game. He's asking you like, how's you coming out talking about you got this going on? You have nothing really going on. This ain't what you want to do.
You might really be in that seat.
Like you said you do this. You said you got a cleaning business, but you only clean once a week. Nah, you don't want to clean.
You don't want to clean.
You know what I'm saying?
But then, again, like how can it be negative when people volunteer for the hot seat? This isn't the pacify you seat. This is the hot seat. And you've seen an episode before, you know what it is. These are people who are saying something is off with my business. I'm gonna communicate it to you the way I see it, and I want the smoke. This is people who are signing up for that. They know what's up. Like this isn't a surprise. Nobody's being ambushed.
And I was gonna say this today. Like I feel like everybody should have at least I got like 3-4 homeboys, probably like 2. They know who they are. But we have real conversations and they ruffle my feathers sometimes. Like man, and it makes you accountable for the stuff. Most of the stuff that people are in, it's your fault. I don't care if you gave it to somebody and they didn't do what they were supposed to do with it. It's your fault. You didn't have to deal with that person.
Accountability.
And sometimes people don't take accountability. So when you sitting around and you're going through all the stuff that you're going through and you fucked up and you have nobody to blame but yourself. You get what I'm saying? And people don't do that. Your relationship with a person, like if you're in a relationship with somebody, if you really like that person, you'll fight for that person. If you don't, then y'all both, somebody got to take accountability for the stuff that's going on. Friendships, anything that business.
Accountability falls in the line.
So like a lot of people don't know how to do that though. They be like, oh man, you know what, man, I'm in this thing because it's really my fault. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't have to deal with you. I didn't have to do nothing with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So one of my homeboys like, man, you'll keep being in the hole because you being cool, trying to look out for everybody, and that shit ain't it.
That ain't it.
It ain't it. You'll be looking around and you'll be on past. You'll be one of these old niggas that be looking around like, boy, I remember when I was that nigga.
Tired to talk about the same old niggas that had it.
You know what I'm saying? So just like Jay-Z said, man, you just got to keep showing up.
Who inspires y'all?
My dad. I got a father.
Ooh.
My pops, man. My pops.
He said, I got a father.
That's a fact. That's
my dog.
You said that with so much pride.
Me and my father have never had an argument or nothing. I have never disrespected my father or none of that. Me and my dad, that's my boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
hard.
And it sounds like he's a father figure to you.
No. I didn't have my father. But my mother definitely, because she played that role.
But my mom too, because it take. I don't care what nobody say. You need both of them. My mom is the person I could go to when shit get tough, and we know we gonna hustle to do some shit together. My dad has always been that solid just foundation to let you know, like nigga, you a man at the end of the day, and this what men do.
And it's like that, the men being around and knowing, like,
and everybody that know my dad.
Yeah, shout out, but that motivate me, like being a father. It's like that's what, like, when my girls grow up and they like that's the type of feel and answer I want to, because I'm like, I try to be the best at everything for them. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't that do something to you? Because it did something to me when I said, who inspires you? He said, my father. I got a father. I got a dad.
That felt, and it's like being the father made like, damn, that feel good, because I'm walking that like, yo, I'm my kid's father, like for real. And they love me to death. Like,
Right.
My daughter ain't
like you said, like, man, we be sitting there listening to them girls, man. We they superheroes.
Yeah, like she called me.
My superhero, like for
That's
real.
fire.
Like,
shout out to Big Rob. And shout out to all the fathers out there, man.
Like I said, it's been your dad is needed for a man and a female. I don't care what you're talking about.
For sure.
If there's a kid in the world, he want to know, man, who my other half? He want to know, and when most people find that, they find the better half. Even if they don't
And
have
for the ones who haven't
yeah.
been with their father, because I went years without talking to due to our relationship, but ones who not in touch with their dad, like, yo, I know how you feel, or you like, yo, I don't want to talk. Go talk to that man. Because what a lot of them didn't understand, well, from my perspective, I didn't understand my dad's decisions until I became a father or a man. Like, as just a kid, you thinking just like, damn, you ain't around, or you did this and that. I had so much resentment, and it was until he passed and the stories from other people around in his area. He was in the 80s, so it was a lot of drugs. He fell victim to a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? And didn't bounce back. But hearing stories from his sisters and other people was like, yo, your father was a stand-up dude, but it's the fact that he just didn't bounce back. That area he was in, and a lot of stuff he had to engage in. You had to be in some of these places. You had to engage in certain stuff.
Be all in.
Yeah, and it's like he didn't snap back. And it was like, yo, and in the 80s and that time, a lot of communication wasn't there. Like, it wasn't these cell phones and FaceTime. So when it's out of sight, out of mind, it wasn't that he ain't love you or want to be. It was just like, all right, I ain't talk to them. It just is what it is. His mother acting away, or it could have been stuff with my mom. You never really know.
Y'all know this right here changed the world.
Yeah, that phone.
The world.
Cause you get on that phone and
back in the day, you had to go
kids.
to the payphone and drop some quarters in and hope a nigga, if the phone was beeping, you couldn't get through because you ain't have two-way and all that.
Yeah.
Man, it's no excuse why you can't pick this phone up or get your child a phone or get your child a tablet. Just let them see your face.
I guarantee.
I don't care what y'all going through.
Word, I guarantee if the iPhones was around or however, back in them days, and I would call my dad or whatever it was, anybody, you call and they see, or whatever, regardless of what you doing, niggas would have been like, I'm going home. I'm going to see this man look just like me. Like, Vic, that would have snapped it out. Because I know when I talk to mines, they'd be like, man, hold on, man. Like, all right, let's like.
You know what I love so much about y'all? Like, the energy, number one. But I think it's so healthy how easily you pay homage to the men in your lives. Right. Like, from the appreciation of the Tulones guys, your father, his father to you, even you giving your dad that respect after he wasn't there for you growing up, now that he's gone. But the Wall Street Trappers and the Jason Lobdales, Mr. 2 Weeks Out, y'all have no, but even showing the same love to me and Halani, Mrs. 2 Weeks Out, y'all have no problem showing love. And that's such a healthy mindset. So many people don't want to share who helped them, who contributed to them, who inspired them, who impacted them. Like, people like to hold that to their chest because they want to be more important or seem more important, feel more important, and they want to be the man. And y'all, every single time, it's nothing but love. And y'all are so eager to shout out the people who impacted you, and that's powerful.
You better.
Because there's room out here, man. There's room out here for all of us.
I don't, man, listen, man, they print money every day.
Yeah.
Man, I know.
And we need to be together. That's like, yo, the more us men and us black men come together and show each other more love, bro, we can't be stopped, bro. We can touch a lot.
We can touch a lot of more places. Like, why?
We can't be stopped.
Why I can't have a friend like
stop all that pocket watching
in different places? Like, and I got a little league football team, and I can't show these. I got kids that's from the inner city of Atlanta. Why I can't take them and show them what it looked like to be in $1 million house or $1 million car? You get what I'm saying? Like, man, y'all playing around, man.
That do a lot too. Like, to see that.
Like, this year, the circle CEOs, I'm gonna make sure they pull up to my football field, let my kids see these nice cars and what's going on, and some stuff that you can have, and you don't have to
having to do the
shirt that him 500 got on. You don't have to be a rapper. You don't have to be a trapper. You can be an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? So, man, all that stuff stick in, man. I look up to them guys. Them guys getting to it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I bet they don't change their narrative of their family tree
for a long time. For a very long time.
You know what I'm saying? And what's wrong with that? What's wrong with giving people they just do? Like, what? You and Dave, y'all dope. Y'all have y'all own everything, bro. Who doesn't want that? Who was not motivated about that? How can I go somewhere and be like, man, them niggas ain't got shit going on? Y'all the big thing.
And y'all don't have to rock with us. That be the thing. Like, these people and these don't have to generally.
No, it's nothing.
Rock, at all. So it's like,
it's nothing.
When you do give us that chance, how do you not pour back in, or it's like, let a person know?
I got one more story.
We was raised to say thank you. Please, thank you.
Raised to say thank you. Y'all, I'm sitting in front of some men today. Forget the entrepreneur. Forget the big guys that you're seeing here. I am literally sitting in front of some men right now, and it's so refreshing.
Oh, man, come on, man.
It's so refreshing.
You know how dope that is, man. Like I said, at the end of the day, like, people don't have to do the stuff they do for you. So, thank you.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Thank you. I mean, you ain't have to have us to come here.
Yeah. And you thank your people because we thank each other a lot. Like, yo, when we having a day, like, yo, thanks for this or thanks for coming through for that. It's just so, because like you said, people go home and don't feel the love or the appreciation. So that sometimes that one thank you could just make you feel like, I know I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good. Like, okay, that works for me. Like, yo, word.
Nate, you said you had one more story. Close
man,
us
like
out.
I said, I wanted to give a shout out to Jason, man. When we was at Neo Friend Giving, he could have been there eating. He could have been here kicking it. Man, that nigga was headlocking us and taking us to everybody that was in the building and introducing us to him. So, like I said, a lot of people in there, they gonna always remember our face off of him. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, you got to give a thank you for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shout
He
out
didn't have to do
Jason.
that. He could have been there at the bar. He could have been in the basement. He could have been doing what he wanted
Telling
to do.
y'all, get in where y'all
Fit in, you know what I'm saying?
Just
Nah,
letting
what's
us-
up? Hey, yo, come here real quick. Let me introduce you to Mike. Let me introduce you to, I met Earn Your Leisure that night on the computer. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's
And for
like,
them to even say like, yo, that's what be crazy because the people who you looking up to for motivation, so they're like, nah, we heard it, we know y'all, and it's like, damn, we went home talking, like, yo,
whole ride.
Yeah, like, yo, they was
Got us to
familiar
get,
with us.
we met Ash Cash and like really got to meet Ash Cash and have a real conversation. He like, oh man, y'all just like some dudes like me.
Yeah.
So like, man,
Shout out to
we don't get
Ash.
in those. We don't get in those venues without certain things. And shout out to Finesse too.
Oh yeah, my boy.
Yeah, Finesse too. Like,
Shout out to Finesse.
Him
Finesse
and Jay
different,
Hill.
too. Yeah.
Jay Hill too. Also, those
I
are
love
those
both
are
of them.
This whole
Both of them.
space, like, yo,
right.
it's some dope.
Once you
people
get
in
into the space
yeah.
and you
in
really
them
get
rooms.
into it, and you ain't no crab in the bucket ass person, and you ain't no person that's just, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna meet some good people that's gonna be loyal to you behind your back, and that's loyalty.
Oh, say that
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Because
Good
people often think that the Atlanta entrepreneur circle is like real cliquish, and it's not the truth.
Yeah.
You add value.
Right.
If you add value, it's easy to infiltrate this circle. You add value, and what I will say is, we have demands of next level work ethic. So slackers won't survive in this space, right? People who aren't serious won't survive in this space. People who are not trying to change the outcome of their family legacy won't necessarily survive in this space. But you don't have to kiss ass to be in this space. You don't have to be somebody's yes boy or do man, do girl to be in this space. You come in, you add value, and you let people see that in you. I'm gonna tell y'all this though, as we're wrapping up. I thank Jason for introducing y'all to this circle and for bringing you in, literally carrying you in. And it might be how we were introduced to you, but who y'all are to the core of you is what makes us remember you. It's what makes us want to have you coming around, because there are plenty of people who are introduced and most of them don't stay around because people will do what they have to do to get in the room. But y'all staying in the room. And it has nothing to do with what David, Finesse, Jason, nobody can do that but you.
Right.
Y'all are powerful.
Right.
I
Appreciate
love
it.
this for y'all.
Appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
What's
I
next for
appreciate
Fat Nasty?
Oh man, to the top, man. I want more. Like I said, I like this
More
motivation.
episodes,
We
more
gotta have
guests,
our own more episodes, and we gotta have our own compound media spot. We gotta have it. We gotta have
definitely,
it.
yeah.
So we gonna keep striving, man, to be great, man. Every day getting better and better.
Stay consistent.
Like I said, like I took what you said off our podcast, and you said every day just say something good about yourself and drop it in that bottle. And I just been making my list every day. I add something new. Like
You doing
What's that,
it?
that
The
8 o'clock
gratitude,
shout-out?
the
I've been
8:30
doing my-
p.m. gratitude statement.
I've been
Yeah,
doing
that's
I've been doing
fire.
the list. I've been doing stuff that just like where I want to be better in my life. What's my goal? Like I just been doing it every day. So I've been like just typing stuff every day in my phone, in my notes.
That's
Like
fire.
man, I want to make this amount of money
That's
each
fire.
day and stuff like that. It's just a man building. And I also been saying little affirmations, just keep myself going, man.
Affirmation
me
strong.
happy.
Yeah, if you don't, man, like man, listen,
Ultimate
man.
manifestation. I'm on that heavy
Yeah,
too though.
yeah,
That
for real.
369. I've been on that craze. Like yo.
So like just to,
write it
man,
down.
keep this going, man. You got to, man, because with life, this life come at you all different type of ways, man. And the devil be working, man.
Be working, but y'all keep winning.
Yeah,
y'all keep winning.
definitely.
Stay in the place of gratitude and just do me a favor, do the world a favor, and become the men individually, but also collectively as a unit that God has called you to be, because it's powerful. Y'all are not normal. Y'all ain't typical.
We ain't typical.
Y'all are not typical.
Simping, my boy.
All right, y'all are not typical, and y'all deserve every single thing that you decide to work for. So I am happy. Anytime I'm in your energy and in your space, I leave wanting to go and do something better. So I can't wait to get y'all out of here, because I got stuff to do. I want to be 10% better just because I had an opportunity to sit here with y'all. And if you guys are brand new to Fat Nasty, they are Fat Nasty Podcast on Instagram. Their links are going to be in the description of this video. Definitely also follow Rich on Instagram as well. You'll find his information on the Fat Nasty page, and go show them some love. They're getting a whole lot of explosive exposure and engagement on social media, but we need to blow the YouTube up. We need to get viewers there.
Go subscribe. Tap that bell. Go subscribe.
Is it Fat Nasty Podcast on YouTube too?
Yeah.
All right.
Everything.
Yeah. Where do you want people to go? What's the priority? Because they don't be wanting to do multiple things. We sending them to the YouTube
YouTube, and we on Bread Gang TV too, man. Make sure y'all go
shout out to Bread Gang TV.
We on Bread Gang TV app. Go download the app in your app store. And we also on YouTube, man. Go tap that bell, man. Like I said, YouTube ain't gonna never stop printing money. And we got to get one of them YouTube trophies. We don't got one of those. That's
YouTube
goal.
Trophy coming.
Yeah, we need one of them.
That's what's next for you.
Yeah.
One of them trophies.
We need a YouTube
that award.
trophy. We need one of those.
We got to get
man.
it. Listen, setting elevated goals will elevate your life. It elevates the people that you want to be around. It elevates the people that you have access to. So I encourage everybody right now, number one, what I'd like for you to do is comment in the comment section wherever you're watching this video, and let me know what stood out about their story the most. Was it something they said? Was it something that they experienced? Was it their personality and how they presented themselves? What I can assure you all is that Rich and Nate are who they are off camera that you see right now on camera. And I just can't wait to continue to build with you guys, network with you guys. Your kids are blessed and lucky, and so is your wife and your future wife and all that good stuff. People
Wherever
are
you at, baby.
People are better because we are connected. As usual, if you are looking for mentorship as an entrepreneur and you want to work with me, actionableceo.com. It's just $97 a month right now. We would love to have you in and continue to expose you to entrepreneurs who are doing their thing in a major way, like the guys from the Fat Nasty Podcast, Rich and Nate. With that said, we are out of here, and we will see you on the next episode next week.
All right.